In the Republic of Ireland, anybody who's following the streams will know we're in Ramelton, and we're actually right outside Conways, where the gig was last night. We landed here on National Culture Day for a gig that neither any of us knew was going to be a National Culture Day. A gig with Ben and Ben Real and Julieanne. I've had every connotation of Julia.
Julia and Julieanne and yeah.
I'm sorry, Julia.
That's okay.
Julieanne. So, lovely gig last night, by the way.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really cool. Very nice venue.
Yeah,
loads of people interested in the music. Loads of musicians as well.
Yeah.
What a place.
It was great night. Yeah.
So is this a regular gig? You're from Armagh.
Yeah, County Armagh, South Armagh, right on the border.
Yeah.
And Julieanne's from Castle
the southern
Bay.
border, so you have to come all the way across Ulster to get
well,
up
there is no really border until those Tories, invented it again.
I know. They forgot all about that one, eh?
Yeah.
Which is intriguing. That's another story altogether.
We could talk about that all day. We'll leave that one to the side.
Certainly in Ireland you can. Everybody's got an opinion on it.
So I just skipped across the border to meet this woman from Castleblaney. She's just 12 miles across the border in Castleblaney.
So cool.
And you enter a different world when you go across the border.
It's like Brigadoon.
Yeah.
It changes. So we're in Ireland. We've got Ben. You've got some songs to sing as well, Ben.
Yeah.
You've had a whole heap of them come out during lockdown. I want to talk about that as well. I want to talk about your experiences in Nashville. We've got mutual friends there too, which is how we got to know of each other. I think through Will Kimbroug and Tommy Womack. So we'll put a big shout out to those guys and thanks for this. I wouldn't be here without you boys. So that's Daddy.
Great guys, Tommy and Will.
Yeah. So a song. Well,
We'll do a song, will we?
Yeah.
We'll do a song from the Nashvill Calling album. And Will Kimbroug played some hot shit guitar on this one.
He doesn't do any less than hot shit.
So we'll do this one. It's called Up There in the Sky. I think Tommy played guitar on this one too.
Good.
So go with this. This was the #1 hit off the album.
Okay.
#1 all over the world.
Yeah.
In my dreams.
No, that's gonna happen. That'll happen yet.
All right, Up There in the Sky. Everybody's got one moment in their life when all the stars align. Everybody's got one saddle shot when all the luck is on your side. When you've got that hunger in your heart and you know it is your time, and you've been touched by the hand of God, and you glow like a blinding light. Up there in the sky, there in the sky, with the moon and the stars and the sun. Up there in the sky, there in the sky, there with the moon and the stars and the sun, you will shine. When you know it's within your reach, feel the pounding of your heartbeat, the heat of the battle raise up your sword and let out the primal roar. Oh, be brave, be strong, be true. Oh, believe it will come to you, and your fate will be rewarded, and you shall lighten up this world. Up there in the sky, there in the sky, there with the moon and the stars and the sun. Up there in the sky, there in the sky, there with the moon and the stars and the sun, you will shine, 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 shine. a shining light. I see a shining light up there in the sky, there in the sky. There's the moon and the stars and the sun up there in the sky, there in the sky. There's the moon and the stars and the sun. You will shine.
Excellent, excellent. We're with Ben and Julieanne Real here, and there's somebody we haven't introduced. I'm assuming that the van is a somebody.
Oh yeah, Hank the Tank. We're in Hank the Tank.
We're right outside Conways.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah, I've got to ask you about your seat covers. They look as if that would be a nice addition to the Moose, I think.
The Moose, yeah.
Yeah.
They're Funk My Seat.
Funk My Seat, yeah. A lady over in England. Funk My Seat is the name of the website.
It's lovely in here, guys. And so this is how you get around, get the gigs together?
Yeah, we've been doing a few gigs over the summer. Myself and Julieanne, we've travelled all around Ireland, haven't we? Did a few shows. Next weekend we're heading over to Inishbofin, the island of Inishbofin, so we're looking forward to that as well.
Goodness, that must be marvellous.
So this weekend's the Donegal tour. We're 4 gigs up in Donegal this weekend, so it's great. Yeah, it's great freedom. You can just bring.
You bring it home with you.
Yeah.
Well, I know that.
We just
We're
have a small.
people.
It's home from home, and
And your own bed.
It's great. Yeah,
It's only ever 30 yards from the gig. 3 yards in this occasion.
So we have to, as you were saying, we'll have to come. I've never played in Scotland before, so
Well,
we'll have to make it to Scotland.
Folks listening in Scotland, any help you can give us? Looks like it'll be the spring now, though, before I'm back, and you're not coming without me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
We'll have to.
I will make the
It'll
introduction.
be a tank and the Moose driving.
No, it'll be convoy.
Yeah,
Actually, we could go and do the village halls in convoy with some other vanners. That would be a good idea.
We have to get
Your people need to speak to my people, and we'll see if we can get. That's it.
We have to get the CVs. We have to give each other the rubber duck and Hank the Tank. This is Hank the Tank speaking. Lucy coming in.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. I think we'll do that. So, I touched on Will Kimbroug and Tommy Womack. That's the connection that got you to Nashville with that album.
Yeah, well, it was through Tommy. I did a few tours with Tommy in the UK and in America. I met Tommy actually through David Olney.
Yeah.
And it was David's
and
manager, Mary Sack. Yeah.
Sending out to Mary
it was
as well.
Years ago that David and Sergio Webb was coming over to Ireland, and our tour fell through. And it was through another friend, Tony McLaughlin.
I think I remember that.
Tony introduced. Tony was a great friend of mine. Tony McLaughlin, a great musician. Tony sadly passed away there in February. But it was Tony rung me up and says, Ben, this guy David Olney needs help in Ireland, and it'd be a great connection for you if you can string some gigs together. So I actually got a few gigs for David.
Nice.
And he stayed in our house. Him and Sergio stayed in our house. So that was it. Like, we became friends, and Mary then invited me over to Nashville.
Yeah.
And I remember when I flew into Nashville, the first time I got to Nashville, Sergio picked me up at the airport and brought me straight to the Blueboard Cafe. And I walked into the Blueboard, and the first thing I had to do was get up and sing. David seen me walking in the door and says, Ben Reel's here from Ireland. Straight up on the stage in the Blueboard. So that was...
straight into the top table.
Yeah, straight into the top table. It was like a Sinatra, because Olney was like the Sinatra of Nashville, you know. Yeah. So then, so I met Tommy then at the Folk Alliance thing in Memphis, and
I didn't get to that one.
And Tommy was a great character. Tommy at that time, Tommy was he's off to drink now for I think 10 years. Yeah, but at that time he was on it. But so myself and Tommy did a tour in the UK. I think around 2013 and then we did one in America.
I don't know how we didn't connect at that time, because I was helping Tommy with that.
It's all right,
as well. You came and did some Scottish dates. Did a house concert for us. And you did Belladrum Festival for us as well. Yeah,
and then of course then he introduced me to Will.
Yeah.
Well, I always wanted to do an album in Nashville. You know, even though I have my own studio, I wanted to do something.
Well, the players are there, eh?
Yeah, and so I said to Tom, I knew he was good friends with Will.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd get Will to produce it. But I asked Tommy, he was friends with Gary Talent from the E Street Band as well. So he says, right, if I come, you've got to get Gary Talent on bass. So, and he did.
Excellent.
So Slice of the E Street Band as well. So it was amazing, amazing experience. Yeah.
Quick question, and then we'll ask you about your lockdown experiences and having another song up your sleeve as well. One word answer required: Neil Young or Bruce Springsteen?
Oh, don't put me in that position. Well, it has to be Springsteen, you know, because it was my boyhood idol. Yeah, definitely.
And for the live side of things, anyway, I mean, well, and it's his birthday yesterday, so let's go with Bruce. Yesterday,
so it has to be Bruce. You know, this month it has to be Bruce. Because it was the first gig I was ever at in my life when I was 13. Slane Castle.
Is that right?
1985. 120,000 people.
Changed your young life forever.
That changed my direction. That was. I said, I want to do what that guy's doing.
Yeah.
I want some of that actually.
Yeah. Well, there's still time. You're not 74 yet.
I still got a good 20 years in me. Yeah.
Now there was some Bruce action going down last night as well. People were asking for some of your songs as well last night, which was really cool.
Yeah, we had to do a few Bruce ones last night since it was his birthday. For sure.
So, have you got? Let's talk about the new album. Hold that up for us. In that marketing sort of way.
This is what I've been doing in the last 2 years. Locked in and live.
Because that was a godsend for you in many ways.
The back of it there. Just this band, the band.
Your live streams got more and more popular as the whole lockdown thing went on. It seemed.
Yeah, well, it was. I think the novelty wore out after a while, but at the time it was, it was great. It was a place where people could connect.
Reconnect.
It was nearly like every Friday night. That was like people's night out. We were having a few drinks when we were doing it. I think everybody else used to, and we had a kind of a.
You had a little party.
You had a party,
going.
Kept us sane.
Was that something that? I mean, you've got your studio there as well, and it was noticeable how well the studio was being used gradually.
But at the start, process. I suppose, we just were doing it through our phone, and the quality wasn't great. But then as we learned how to, I learned how to do it through the studio, so I was getting really studio quality sound. That's why I recorded a lot of it then as well.
That's what's happened with the album.
Yeah, well, I've used 3 tracks. There's 3 tracks taken from the live streams, from the live concerts.
Is the rest of it live, Ben?
Well, there's 8 songs that we recorded in the Entis Theatre in Castleblaney with the full band, and that was the first time the band had played together in 18 months. So it was a joyous occasion just to play with other human beings.
And you captured that on the album.
We captured that, and it was videoed professionally. There's actually you can get the video. Actually, the guy's he's gonna cut all the songs for me now soon. It'll all be up on YouTube soon. All the songs.
So is it released yet, or are we sitting waiting for it?
The album is released. Yeah, it's out on all platforms, Spotify and all that, from the 15th of September there. So you can look up Ben Reel and Spotify.
Yeah. So this might be an exclusive first interview with the album as well for IMTV. I'm taking it anyway.
Yes, this is it. This is exclusive.
Well, it's a joy to be here. Because we hadn't met. I was one of those guys that was watching the live streams.
Exactly, and fair play to you, Rob. You give us so much support during the live streams. You spread the word.
It was mutual.
Great. Yeah, it was mutual. It was great to finally meet you in person.
It did. Indeed.
And we knocked the sides of it last night, didn't we?
And some night it was here in culture. It was culture night, so we had not any excuse. It was definitely an excuse for a good night. So thank you guys. It's lovely to be here. It's lovely to be in Hank the Tank, because you did some sessions from here during the lockdown as well.
Yeah, we did a few gigs from here. It was great.
You just got out. Yeah, you had to go somewhere and.
Yeah, it was just something different, to do it somewhere different. Instead of looking in our sitting room all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, again, thanks very much. What song do you fancy doing?
Okay, so we'll do one from the Locked In and Live. This is one we did on the live session. I'm going to do a cover for you, a Bob Dylan song. We recorded this "Oh Sister," and it's from the Bob Dylan's album Desire, and picked this one because there's beautiful harmonies in it as well, and Julieanne is great in this one. So, and as I say, the best place to check out my material is benreel.com, BENREEL, officialreel.com.
We'll put all the links up
So,
on the live stream. And thanks for joining us, guys. We've got a good little audience that are watching. It's very kind of you to drop in. Any comments if you get a chance? Leave a comment. I can't answer them just now, but I'll get around to answering any comments. And thanks for your support out here on the road as well.
Right. Well, hello to all the people tuned in from Donegal tour.
I know, bucket list.
His old sister. Ah, sister, when I come to lie in your arms, you should not treat me like a stranger. Our Father would not like the way that you act, and you must realize the danger. Ah, sister, am I not a brother to you, and one deserving of affection? And is our purpose not the same on this earth, to love and follow His direction? Down and where it long they mysteriously say, ah, sister, when I come to knock on your door, don't turn away, you create sorrow. Time is an ocean, but it ends at the shore. You may not see me tomorrow.
Thank you, Julieanne and Ben Rio. And
thank you, Rob.
Nice to be here on Hank the Tank, of course. Quickly, before we sign off, and thanks to everybody that was tuned in as well, please do share if you enjoyed it, of course. Please do share the session, and follow the Moose at medicineshowontheroad.me, medicineshowontheroad.me, and ask your friends too, because the more that do, the more we'll view. That's my catchphrase.
Yeah.
So please do that.
But your shirt.
Yeah. So what's quickly, just where's next? You've got two more gigs.
We're playing up in Glen, a place called Glen Village, a small village. There's a beautiful little bar called the Old Glen Bar. And then tomorrow we're in Buncrana, a place called Rodden's. It's a lovely place too. Yeah.
And that's all in County Donegal.
In Donegal.
I'm going to try and hook up with you on Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And
Rob.
celebrate a Scottish win over the Republic of
Ireland.
Yeah.
We'll see
Forever the optimist. That's as soon as the
yeah.
Scotsman gets optimistic about football.
No, come on, it's Republic of Ireland against Scotland. It's going to be 0-0. I'm going to put a bet in the bookies. None of them can score a goal, so it's going to be 0-0.
Might be a good bet. Anyway, I'll be finding some football this evening in the Republic of Ireland with Scotland playing as well. We'll be finding some more music before the day's out. We bumped into 2 kids last night. He was fantastic, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Chameleon.
Yeah.
Goes by the name of. I'm going to try and. He's got a gig here in town, so I'll skip your gig tonight and maybe catch up with you guys later on. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
so whatever you're doing out there, thanks very much for joining us for this couple of hours here outside Conways. I found another home, eh? I mean, that spot that we were all parked up on in the quay last night.
it's perfect.
Nobody bothers you. It's just been fabulous.
It's a peaceful little village,
So
you can come to Donegal,
Yeah, Ramelton, don't pass it by. It's a little forgotten paradise here, eh? Yeah, we've got it all to ourselves.
There's a lot of eccentric people as well up here.
Very eccentric. I think it was probably because it was culture night as well.
Yeah.
We've got the whole culture out
They
last
all
night.
crawled out of the woodwork.
Thanks again, guys. Happy trails. Good on the Hank the Tank, and we'll catch you on Sunday, I hope.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Rob.